So, welcome to this week's mini training. This week is all about what does success actually mean to you? And before we get started, take a moment to settle in. Just and for those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Fabi. I'm a virtual assistant, systems expert and coach. I have a background in frontline work and as a yoga teacher. So in the wellbeing practitioner area myself. And now I support other female wellbeing practitioners and business owners to work with more ease, if that's through virtual assistant supports or through coaching to work in a more sustainable way. And today I wanted to talk about what does success actually mean to you, because it's so different for all of us, and it makes a huge difference of how we support ourselves, how we work. So with this, I want to just invite you to reflect a little bit. What does success actually mean to you? Because we get so distracted by everything that everyone is telling us around us, or maybe what other people see as success. But maybe that's not success for you. But then we compare ourselves to those people and we, want to work in the same way. But actually it doesn't feel aligned. For me, one thing is always one of the reasons I wanted to be self-employed as well was to have more space, to be more flexible, to have more time and to have slower mornings, to work differently. And especially as a sensitive person, and I often struggle with my mental well-being, I wanted to have the space to take care of myself. Yet I very quickly fell into that kind of sphere of trying to do all the things, still working 9 to 5, kind of keeping that pattern from employment and taking that into my self-employment, but working all the hours, actually having less time to relax and putting a lot more pressure on myself. So I had to kind of step back and reflect, is this actually working for me? And this isn't what success would mean to me. Yes, there's a financial side to success, but for me, there's also a side of how are you working? Are you enjoying your working days? Are you enjoying your week, your month, your year, or are you constantly feeling stressed and overwhelmed? And then can we take smaller steps to get there? A lovely practice to do to kind of reflect on that is the Future You practice. I really love it. So you can take a little bit of time to visualize and journal around it and write it down, how you would like to feel in the future. So you in 6 months' time or in years' time, I like to do it regularly, just wherever it feels right. Where do you see yourself in 6 months' time? How do you want to feel about your business? How do you want to feel in general? How do you want your health to be? How do you want your work days to look like? When are you working? When is your time off? Are you, all these kind of like really nitty gritty things of how are you going to feel in 6 months' time? And I'm assuming you want to be, happy and at ease and feel good about your business. So how does that look? How would that look for you? Really being specific. What does it mean for you to, be successful? Does it mean working 4 hours a day, or does it mean working 6 hours a day, but only 4 days a week? So it's really different for all of us, and we all want different things. So not just assuming that, there's one way of being successful. And yes, as I said, there's this financial part, so also include that. But being very specific about how you want your days to look like. And that makes such a difference to what success means to you. And that's very different for all of us. Some people might prefer working, more in person, really connecting with other people. Other people might prefer working online, being flexible, being able to travel, having that spaciousness. Or you prefer the connection bit, being more, I don't know, running retreats or doing something together with other people in connection and community. So it's a lovely practice to kind of keep coming back to. And then when we know what, where you want to be and what success actually means to you, you can kind of trace it back a little bit. Okay, what steps do I have to take to get there? And with that, what I also really love bringing into this is kind of reflecting a little bit on your values. What's important to you? So yeah, what do I mean by values? But you know, what's important for you in your business and your personal life? Is it more space? Is it time? Is it flexibility, or more time for family and your home or friends, or space for growth and learning? So it can be really different, and you can separate the two, you know, some of kind of your business values and your personal values, and really seeing if you're working aligned to that, if your life is aligned to that. And then we can take gentle changes. It's not about changing everything all at once, and often that's not sustainable, not accessible, you know, but we can take small changes to make things, you know, to go into that direction of what your version of success is. So again, it might be the working hours. So you would like more spaciousness, or maybe only work 4 days a week, or even reduce your hours during the week. And you might not be able to change that instantly, but you can take small steps to slowly get there. But first, we obviously need to be aware of what's actually important to you. So I really love this practice. On general, just that reflection. So we don't just get distracted by what other people tell us we should be achieving, but actually connecting to what's important to you, and really making that a priority, and then taking small steps to get there. So I'd love to know your insights from this little mini training. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was a little source of maybe reflection to go over it. And if you do, I'd love to know your kind of what comes up for you. And I will see you again soon in another training. Thanks for joining.